Welcome to Safety Training, Computer and Technology Manufacturing for Adecco, the world's largest staffing services company. You have already completed our General Safety Training course. This follow-on module covers additional information relevant specifically to associates working in computer and technology manufacturing. Employee safety is our highest priority. After completing this orientation, you should be able to list the 5 most common types of associate injuries and best practices for preventing them, describe the importance of personal protective equipment, PPE, common to the manufacturing industry, and describe the specific safety guidelines you should follow when working with equipment often used for computer and technology manufacturing.
Please note that for the remainder of this video, when we say Adecco, we are referring to the Adecco Group.
To begin, let's consider some general protocols and procedures to keep you safe at any worksite in the manufacturing industry. Manufacturing operations involve the production of goods using various processes and equipment. These operations can pose various hazards to associates, including physical, chemical, and biological hazards. To ensure associate safety, it is important to follow safety protocols and guidelines such as wearing personal protective equipment, properly handling hazardous materials, and using equipment safely. Additionally, associates should be aware of emergency procedures and know how to respond in case of accident or injury. Regular safety training and communication can help prevent accidents and ensure a safe work environment. In this section, we'll explore some common associate injuries, as well as some strategies to keep yourself safe while on the job. The 5 most common types of associate injuries in the manufacturing sector include musculoskeletal disorders, MSDs, slips, trips and falls, contusions, cuts and lacerations, and burns and heat or cold exposure. Musculoskeletal disorders are injuries caused by wear and tear on the body's muscles, nerves, tendons, joints, cartilage, and spinal discs. Strategies for preventing MSDs include use ergonomically designed tools and workstations. Ergonomics is the process of designing the workplace and job demands to match the physical capabilities of the worker. Maintain postures that reduce physical stress on your body, especially while lifting and carrying heavy loads. Take stretch breaks before heavy work and after holding an awkward posture or spending extended periods on repetitive tasks. Slips, trips, and falls can occur when working on wet surfaces or in cluttered work areas. Strategies for preventing slips, trips, and falls include keep floors and walkways clean, dry, and free of clutter. Wear slip-resistant footwear. Keep work areas well lit. And heed wet floor warning signs. Contusions, commonly called bruises, are caused by forceful contact between an associate and an object or piece of equipment. These are sometimes called struck by, struck against, or struck on injuries. Strategies for preventing contusions include wear clothing that makes you easy to see, such as reflective safety vests. Wear PPE such as hard hats and steel-toed shoes in environments, such as warehouses, where falling objects could be a hazard. Be careful moving through areas crowded by inventory or machinery. Cuts and lacerations are often caused by handling sharp objects and operating equipment, machinery, or hand tools. Strategies for preventing cuts and lacerations include wear cut-resistant gloves. Always perform cutting motions, for example with a box cutter, away from your body. Be sure all machine guards and seals are in place and undamaged before using a piece of heavy equipment. Always use the right tool for the job. Burns and exposure to heat or cold occur when body parts come in contact with extreme temperatures. Strategies for prevention include wear the right gloves for the job. For example, wear leather gloves for welding, rubber gloves for electrical work, and insulated gloves when working in very cold conditions. Be sure to keep barriers, such as insulating material, on hot steam pipes or panels covering heating elements. Stay alert to your working conditions and seek out the proper protective equipment. A variety of personal protective equipment, or PPE, is used to help prevent illness and injury for associates working in manufacturing. It is your responsibility to ensure that your PPE is clean and well maintained, so it will do its job to help protect your health and safety. Gloves protect workers from chemical burns, cuts, and abrasions. However, not all gloves are the same. Different types of gloves are important for different types of jobs. Chemical-resistant gloves should be used by anyone working with hazardous chemicals. These gloves prevent chemicals from being absorbed through the skin. Cut-resistant gloves help to protect your hands and fingers from cuts and abrasions when performing tasks with sharp tools, such as box cutters. In fact, 70% of hand and finger injuries are reported by people who were not wearing gloves. Slip-resistant footwear helps to protect you from slips and falls. Their soles are typically made of rubber with unique tread patterns designed to grip wet, slick, or oily surfaces. Always wear proper eye protection when working around hazards such as chemicals, flying objects, or mechanical irritants, including dust. Face shields protect you from chemical splashes. A properly sized face shield should extend below your chin and above your eyes and should wrap around the sides of your face. Excessive noise exposure is the most common cause of hearing loss. To protect yourself, wear earplugs or earmuffs to dampen the noise caused by industrial equipment common to the manufacturing environment. Wearing face masks may help prevent the spread of COVID-19 and other airborne illnesses. In this section, we'll review some common equipment used in computer and technology manufacturing, as well as some strategies for using machines and devices safely. Many different types of equipment are common to the computer and technology manufacturing industry. Remember, you should never operate any equipment unless you've been trained and authorized to do so. Mixers and blenders are used for making pastes and gels used for conductive inks, fuel cell powders, and other electronic applications. Stamping, cutting, and forming presses are used to produce metal boxes or cabinets from flat sheet metal. Labelers automatically place and secure labels on various pieces of parts and equipment. Battery cell manufacturing equipment is used to mix and blend, coat, dry, and roll the material to the appropriate thickness as part of the forming process. Ball mills are used to grind different types of materials to produce powders, alloys, and nanomaterials. Reactors or process vessels are devices that are used to carry out a chemical reaction. Packaging machines are used to package finished products or components. The packaging equipment forms, fills, seals, wraps, cleans, and packages the product in various containers such as paper, cardboard, and plastic. Palletizers are used to automatically stack cases of finished goods or products onto a pallet. Conveyors are used to easily move materials and components through the manufacturing process. Powered industrial trucks like forklifts are used to move raw materials and finished products. Powered industrial trucks are one of the most common and dangerous types of equipment found in manufacturing workplaces. One particularly common type of powered industrial truck is the forklift. In the United States, there are approximately 61,000 forklift accidents per year, with almost 35,000 of these resulting in serious injury and approximately 100 resulting in fatalities. Why are forklifts so dangerous? Forklifts are heavy and powerful machines. Many weigh 9,000 pounds or more, which is triple the weight of a passenger car. Forklifts can move at speeds of up to 18 miles per hour. Forklifts are harder to stop than cars, as they only have one set of brakes located in the front of the vehicle. Cars have front and rear brakes. The weight of a forklift is unevenly distributed, which makes it harder to operate and drive. The rear wheels of a forklift are responsible for turning the vehicle, increasing the chances of tipping during tight turns. Forklifts have a limited field of vision, and the load is carried in the front of the vehicle, blocking operators' line of sight. This can make it difficult for operators to see people or objects in their path, leading to accidents and collisions. Forklifts are designed to lift and move heavy loads to high places, but if the load is not properly balanced or secured, it can shift or fall, causing damage or injury. As with any type of equipment, you should not operate a forklift unless you've been trained and authorized to do so.
Time for a short 5-question knowledge check to end this video. Which of these injury types are common to the manufacturing industry? Asbestosis, cuts and lacerations, musculoskeletal disorders or MSDs, slips, trips, and falls. The correct answers are cuts and lacerations, musculoskeletal disorders or MSDs, and slips, trips, and falls. True or false? You should never use any tools, machinery, or equipment unless you've been trained and authorized to do so by Adecco and your client supervisor. The correct answer is true. You should never use any tools, machinery, or equipment unless you've been trained and authorized to do so. Which of these statements are true about forklifts? They are heavy and powerful. They are harder to stop than cars. Their weight is unevenly distributed. They can move at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. The load is carried in the front of the vehicle, blocking operators' line of sight. The correct answers are: they are heavy and powerful. They are harder to stop than cars. Their weight is unevenly distributed. The load is carried in the front of the vehicle, blocking operators' line of sight. True or false? Safety glasses are rarely required for jobs in the computer and technology manufacturing industry. The correct answer is false. Safety glasses are almost always required for jobs in the computer and technology manufacturing industry. Which acronym is typically used to describe an injury caused by wear and tear on the body's muscles, nerves, tendons, joints, cartilage, and spinal discs? MSD, OSHA, PIT, or PPE? The correct answer is MSD, or musculoskeletal disorders. Thank you for completing this safety orientation. There are many additional safety concerns that are out of the scope of this orientation. You will receive additional training at the client site that is specific to the site and the job that you'll be completing. Your job safety is ultimately up to you. If you have a question about the safety of your job assignment or equipment, reach out to your Adecco representative or client supervisor.